I dropped my 6-month-old daughter at daycare, like any other Tuesday morning. In March, the sun casting a soft glow through the car window, warming Maya's chubby cheeks as she babbled happily in her car seat. I kissed her, right on that tiny strawberry birthmark on her left shoulder, shaped like a heart, handed her to the caregiver I thought was Mrs. Rodriguez, and drove to work, humming along to the radio, feeling proud of our routine after months of adjusting to single motherhood. My name is Jessica Chen. I'm 28, and I teach elementary school art in Denver. Maya's my world, with her big brown eyes and sweet giggle, a perfect little human who made every sleepless night worth it. 30 minutes later, my phone rang while I was setting up paint easels for my second grade class. The smell of tempera paint and crayons thick in the air. The voice on the other end froze my blood. Ma'am, we have no record of your child ever being enrolled here. Are you sure you have the right daycare? My hands shook so badly I could barely hold the phone, the paintbrush clattering to the floor. What I said, my voice barely a whisper. The caller, claiming to be from Sunshine Daycare, repeated that Maya Chen didn't exist in their system. No record of me visiting, no enrollment. I raced to my car, the Denver streets, blurring past, telling myself it was a clerical error, a mix-up. But when I pulled into the parking lot at 1247 Maple Street, the building looked wrong. The red brick and white trim were familiar, but the sign read, Sunshine Learning Center, not Sunshine Daycare, as I remembered. I stormed inside, demanding to know where my baby was, the air heavy with the scent of disinfectant and crayons. The director, Mrs. Thompson, looked at me like I was unhinged, pulling up her computer system. Maya Chen has never been enrolled here, she said, her voice calm but firm. We haven't had an infant room in years. Panic clawed at my chest as I searched the lobby, calling Maya's name, knowing she couldn't answer at 6 months old. Mrs. Thompson showed me security footage. No sign of me, no car seat, no floral diaper bag. I insisted I'd toured 2 weeks ago with Mrs. Rodriguez, paid an enrollment fee, but she shook her head. No Rodriguez, no record. The room spun my heart, pounding like a drum. I ran outside, scanning the lot, and found it tucked behind bushes, near a similar building, 3 blocks away. Maya's diaper bag, pink and purple flowers, a gift from my mother. Inside were her bottles, extra clothes, her stuffed elephant, but no Maya. My fingers trembled as I dialed 911. My daughter's missing, I choked out. I dropped her off at daycare and she's gone. Officer Bradley arrived, his kind eyes steady as I described Maya, 6 months old. Black hair, brown eyes, yellow, onesie with tiny elephants, a heart-shaped birthmark on her left shoulder. The next hours were a blur, police interviews, more footage, showing nothing my desperation growing. No one had seen us. No one remembered Maya like we'd never existed. I called my mother in California, sobbing, Mom, I can't find Maya. She's just gone. 3 days passed with no leads, no sleep, the weight of her absence, a hole in my chest. I thought of my life before married to Marcus, happy, until he left when Maya was 4 months old, unable to handle fatherhood. I'd rebuilt as a single mom, found this daycare after visiting 7 chosen for Mrs. Rodriguez's warmth and the colorful murals. Now I'm wondering if I'm losing my mind, if the stress of motherhood broke something in me, until a moment at the police station changes everything, proving this isn't just a mistake, but a truth that will reshape my world. The police station's fluorescent lights buzz overhead, casting a harsh glow on the linoleum floor, the air thick with the smell of stale coffee and ink as I sit clutching my phone, still reeling from the call that shattered my morning. "Ma'am, we have no record of your child ever being enrolled here." The voice from Sunshine. Daycare had said, words that sent me racing back to a building that wasn't what I remembered, finding Maya's floral diaper bag abandoned behind bushes 3 blocks away. I'm 28, a single mom and elementary school art teacher in Denver, and my 6-month-old daughter, Maya, with her big brown eyes and heart-shaped birthmark, is gone. I called 911, my voice breaking, as I described her yellow onesie with tiny elephants, dark hair, that strawberry mark on her left shoulder, and now Officer Bradley's. Hear his notepad open, his kind eyes, steady but urgent. "We're doing everything we can, Jessica," he says, but the security footage shows nothing. No trace of me or Maya at the so-called Sunshine Learning Center. My hands tremble as I replay the morning. I kissed Maya's chubby cheeks, handed her to who I thought was Mrs. Rodriguez, drove to work humming, proud of our routine. But Mrs. Thompson, the director, insisted there's no Mrs. Rodriguez, no infant room, no Maya Chen in their system. "We're a learning center for ages 3 to 5, she said, showing me footage of parents with toddlers, not babies. I insisted I'd toured 2 weeks ago, filled out paperwork, paid a fee, but her face was pitying, like I was unhinged. Then finding Maya's diaper bag, pink and purple flowers stuffed with her bottles, clothes her favorite elephant toy, behind that abandoned building, sunny days, childcare 3 blocks away, made my heart stop. The building matched my memory, red brick, white trim, but it was empty windows, papered over, no sign of life. I'm losing it, wondering if single motherhood broke my mind, if I imagined the daycare, the tour Mrs. Rodriguez's warm smile. I call my mother in California, sobbing into the phone. "Mom, I can't find Maya. I dropped her off this morning, and now she's gone." Rosa's voice cracks, promising to fly out immediately. My brother David texts he's driving up from Colorado Springs, his usual calm replaced with urgency. 3 days crawl by, with no leads, no answers. The Amber Alert flashing Maya's photo across Colorado news, 6 months old, yellow onesie, heart-shaped birthmark, but nothing comes. I barely sleep, my eyes burning, replaying every moment with Maya, her giggle when I sang "You Are My Sunshine," her tiny hand grabbing my finger. My teaching assistant, Ms. Rivera, covers my classes, but I can't focus, haunted by the empty daycare, the wrong sign, the bag without my baby. Before this, I was a different person. Married to Marcus for 3 years, we lived in a cramped Denver apartment, the neighbors' loud rent too high. Maya's pregnancy was a dream, painting her nursery with butterflies talking to my belly about our adventures. She was born on a snowy September morning at Denver General Hospital, 6 pounds 2 ounces, her heart-shaped birthmark proof she was made of love. But Marcus drifted, stressed about money, fatherhood, until he left when Maya was 4 months old, saying, "I'm not ready for this, Jess." I rebuilt, alone, moved to a cheaper apartment in Riverside, leaned on my neighbor, Mrs. Patterson's casseroles, my mother's calls, David's visits. I chose Sunshine Daycare after touring 7, drawn to its murals. Mrs. Rodriguez's care, now sitting in the station, reciting Maya's description for the 100th time. Dark hair, brown eyes, yellow onesie. I feel the world tilting my grip on reality, slipping until a moment changes everything, proving this nightmare is bigger than a simple mistake. The police station's waiting room is cold. The fluorescent lights buzzing overhead like angry bees, casting a sickly glow on the linoleum floor, worn from years of worried footsteps. I'm slumped in a plastic chair, clutching Maya's stuffed elephant from her diaper bag, its soft fur matted with dirt from where I found it, behind those overgrown bushes near the abandoned building. The bag itself sits at my feet, pink and purple flowers, mocking me with their cheerfulness, stuffed with her bottles, extra clothes, everything I packed that morning, but no Maya. I'm 28, a single mom and elementary school art teacher in Denver, and my 6-month-old daughter has vanished. The daycare, denying she was ever there. The building sign changed from Sunshine Daycare to Sunshine Learning Center, like some cruel trick. Officer Bradley sits across from me, his notepad open, his voice gentle, as he asks for the description again. 6 months old, dark hair, brown eyes, yellow, onesie with tiny elephants, heart-shaped strawberry birthmark on her left shoulder. I replay the morning in my head, the sun shining as I kissed Maya's chubby cheeks, handed her to who I thought was Mrs. Rodriguez, drove to work feeling accomplished. But Mrs. Thompson, the director, showed me footage. No me, no car seat, no floral diaper bag. We're a learning center for ages 3 to 5, she said, her eyes pitying. I stormed out, drove frantically, found the bag behind that red brick building 3 blocks east. Sunny days, childcare, overgrown and empty, windows papered over. I unzipped every compartment, my hand shaking, finding her stuffed elephant, but no Maya, no answers. I called 911, sobbing. My daughter's missing. I dropped her off at daycare and she's gone. Bradley arrived, listened patiently, radioed for backup. We'll find her, he said, but the abandoned building's silence mocked us. No cameras, no witnesses. My mother, Rosa, flies in from California, within hours her voice cracking over the phone when I told her, I'm coming, Jessica. Hold on. My brother David drives up from Colorado Springs. His usual calm shattered as he coordinates searches, handing out flyers with Maya's photo, her big brown eyes, her giggle frozen in ink. 3 days blur into sleepless nights, the Amber Alert flashing her face across Colorado TV screens, but no leads, no sightings. I barely eat, my eyes burning from staring at maps, replaying every drop-off. The colorful murals, Mrs. Rodriguez's warm smile. Was it all in my head? The stress of single motherhood, Marcus leaving when Maya was 4 months old, saying he wasn't ready. Maybe it broke me. I rebuilt alone, moved to Riverside, leaned on Mrs. Patterson's casseroles, but now I doubt everything. At the station, going over my statement for the 100th time, Detective Morrison asks for Maya's description again. 6 months old, 15 pounds, dark brown hair, brown eyes, yellow onesie with gray elephants, white socks with lace trim. She has a small strawberry birthmark on her left shoulder, shaped like a heart. The glass doors open, and a woman walks in clutching a baby. Not just any baby, but one in a yellow onesie with tiny elephants, dark hair, brown eyes. When she shifts, I see the heart-shaped birthmark. Maya. I scream, jumping up my chair, clattering. The woman Sarah Mitchell, 31, tears streaming, clutches her closer. This is my daughter, Emma. Someone took her from my home this morning. My world tilts. Emma born September 15th at Denver General, just like Maya. Sarah shows photos, hospital shots, nursing, family pics, everyone matching Maya down to the birthmark. I have records, she says, her voice breaking. This is my baby. The detective separates us, orders emergency DNA tests, placing the baby in protective custody. I reach for her, but Sarah steps back. Both of us mothers, claiming the same child, our worlds colliding in impossible pain. The police station's waiting room feels like a cage, the fluorescent lights flickering, casting stark shadows on the linoleum floor. The air heavy with the smell of burnt coffee and desperation. I'm gripping Maya's stuffed elephant. Its matted fur a lifeline as I sit. My mother Rosa's hand steady on my shoulder. My brother David, pacing nearby, his phone, buzzing with search updates that lead nowhere. 3 days ago, I dropped my 6-month-old daughter at what I thought was Sunshine Daycare, kissed her heart-shaped birthmark, and handed her to who I believed was Mrs. Rodriguez. 30 minutes later, a call from Sunshine Learning Center claimed Maya was never enrolled. The building's sign wrong, no record of her, no Mrs. Rodriguez. I found her floral diaper bag, pink and purple, a gift from Rosa, behind bushes at an abandoned building, 3 blocks away, sunny days. Childcare, but Maya was gone. I'm 28, a single mom and art teacher in Denver, and my world is unraveling. The Amber Alert flashing Maya's face, yellow onesie with tiny elephants, dark hair, brown eyes across Colorado with no leads. Rosa arrived from California hours after my panicked call, her voice cracking. I'm coming, Jessica. David drove up from Colorado Springs, his calm shattered as he hands out flyers. Maya's giggle frozen in photos. I haven't slept, my eyes burning, replaying every drop-off, the colorful murals, Mrs. Rodriguez's warm smile. Was it a delusion? Single motherhood after Marcus left when Maya was 4 months old, saying he wasn't ready, has been brutal, but I thought I'd found my rhythm. I chose that daycare after touring 7, drawn to its bright walls, Mrs. Rodriguez, holding Maya like precious glass. Now sitting in the station, reciting her description, for the 100th time 6 months old, 15 pounds, heart-shaped birthmark. I feel reality slipping, until Sarah Mitchell walked in yesterday, holding a baby in a yellow onesie. Her words tilting my world. This is my daughter, Emma. Someone took her this morning. Sarah, 31, blonde hair in a messy ponytail, tears streaming, insisted the baby was Emma born, September 15th at Denver General, just like Maya. She showed photos, hospital shots, nursing family pics, with her husband Tom, all matching Maya down to the birthmark. We both claimed her, our voices breaking, until Detective Morrison ordered DNA tests, placing the baby in protective custody. Those 3 days waiting for results are a blur of dread, my heart torn between hope and fear. I think of my life before, married to Marcus, a cramped Denver apartment, loud neighbors, high rent. Maya's pregnancy was a dream, painting her nursery with butterflies, naming her for the Sanskrit word for illusion, a beautiful reality. Born on a snowy September morning, 6 pounds 2 ounces, her heart-shaped birthmark, proof she was made of love. But Marcus drifted stressed about money, fatherhood, leaving when she was 4 months old. I rebuilt in Riverside, leaned on Mrs. Patterson's casseroles, Rose's calls, David's visits. But now I'm drowning in this nightmare. The station's clock ticks, each second a wait. I think of another Reddit story, a woman 23, escaping her controlling mother, who banned her boyfriend, limited their meetings, threatened to stop her. She moved out during a parental trip, her therapist backing her freedom despite her mother's lies on social media about abandoning her sister. Her courage, choosing herself, echoes faintly. But my fight is for Maya, not freedom. Another story lingers, a wife whose husband's rage turned abusive after his car was totaled, pushing her, slapping her hand. She left after a head injury, her resolve clear. Plenty of fish in the sea. Their strength feels distant. My pain sharper as I wait, clutching Maya's elephant, praying the DNA results bring her back or reveal a truth I'm not ready to face. The police station's waiting room feels like a trap, the fluorescent lights buzzing overhead, casting a cold glow on the linoleum floor, scuffed by countless anxious steps. I'm clutching Maya's stuffed elephant, its matted fur, a painful reminder of the floral diaper bag I found behind bushes at that abandoned building, Sunny Days Childcare, 3 blocks from where I thought I'd left her. I'm 28, a single mom and art teacher in Denver, and 4 days ago my world shattered when a call from Sunshine Learning Center claimed my 6-month-old daughter, Maya, was never enrolled. The sign rung no Mrs. Rodriguez, no record of us. I raced back, found the bag, pink and purple flowers stuffed with her bottles, clothes, but no Maya, and called 911, sobbing, my daughter's missing. Officer Bradley arrived, his kind eyes steady as I described her, 6 months old, dark hair, brown eyes, yellow, onesie with tiny elephants, heart-shaped birthmark on her left shoulder. Now yesterday's shock. Sarah Mitchell walking in holding a baby in that same onesie, claiming she's Emma stolen from her home, has left me reeling, both of us mothers fighting for the same child. Sarah's across the room, her blonde ponytail, messy tears streaking as she clutches Tom's hand, their pain mirroring mine. She showed photos, hospital shots, nursing family moments, all matching Maya, born September 15th at Denver General, just like my girl. Detective Morrison ordered DNA tests, placing the baby in protective custody, and we're waiting, the air thick with dread. I replay that morning, kissing Maya's chubby cheeks, handing her to who I thought was Mrs. Rodriguez, driving to work, proud of our routine. But Mrs. Thompson's footage showed no me, no car seat, no bag. We don't have an infant room, she said, her pity cutting. The abandoned building, its faded Sunny Days childcare sign felt like a trick. Overgrown, empty, no answers. I called my mother Rosa, sobbing. Maya's gone. She flew from California. My brother David from Colorado Springs. Their support a lifeline as the Amber Alert flashes. Maya's face, yellow onesie heart-shaped birthmark across Colorado, but no leads. I think of my life before married to Marcus. A cramped Denver apartment, Maya's pregnancy, a dream, painting her nursery with butterflies, naming her for illusion. Born that snowy September, 6 pounds, 2 ounces, her birthmark proof of love. Marcus left at 4 months, unable to handle fatherhood, and I rebuilt in Riverside, leaning on Rosa's calls, David's visits, Mrs. Patterson's casseroles. I chose Sunshine Daycare after touring 7 drawn to Mrs. Rodriguez's warmth, the colorful murals. But now I doubt my sanity. Did I imagine it? Reddit stories haunt me. A wife whose husband's rage turned abusive after his car was totaled, pushing her into a table, causing a head injury. She left resolute, plenty of fish in the sea. Another, a woman escaping her controlling mother, moving out, despite lies about abandoning her sister. Their courage choosing safety, freedom, feels distant, my fight for Maya consuming me. Sarah's eyes meet mine, her voice soft. I know you love her. I nod, clutching the elephant. She's Maya to me. The baby's in protective custody, her coos echoing in my mind. But Sarah's photos, her claim, shake me. Was it a scam, a mental break? The wait for DNA results is torture, each tick of the clock a wait. Rosa squeezes my hand, David pacing nearby. I think of the wife's resolve, the woman's strength, and know I'll fight for Maya for answers, no matter what the tests say. The station's hum fades, my heart locked on her giggle, her birthmark praying for a truth that brings her back, or at least explains why my world turned upside down. The police station's conference room feels like a vacuum, the air thick with the scent of stale coffee and ink, the fluorescent lights casting a sterile glow on the linoleum floor, where I sit clutching Maya's stuffed elephant, its matted fur, a fragile tether to my daughter. I'm 28, a single mom and art teacher in Denver, and 6 days ago, my world collapsed when a call from Sunshine Learning Center claimed my 6-month-old. Maya was never enrolled, the building sign wrong. No record of her or Mrs. Rodriguez, the caregiver I thought I'd met. I found her floral diaper bag behind bushes at an abandoned building. Sunny days, childcare, 3 blocks away, but no Maya. Yesterday, Sarah Mitchell walked in, holding a baby in a yellow onesie with tiny elephants, her heart-shaped birthmark unmistakable, claiming she was Emma, stolen from her home. We both insisted she was ours, her photos mirroring mine born the same day at Denver General. DNA tests were ordered, and now Detective Morrison's call this morning. We have the results as me, Rosa, and David in this room, facing a truth that could rewrite everything. Sarah sits across from me, her husband Tom beside her, his hand steady on hers, their faces as exhausted as mine. An older man, likely. Her father hovers nearby, his eyes red. Morrison clears his throat, his voice gentle but firm. Jessica, the baby you know, as Maya is not your biological daughter. She is Emma, belonging to Sarah and Tom Mitchell. The words hit like a physical blow, my knees buckling as Rosa catches my arm, guiding me to a chair. Sarah's tears spill, her voice soft. I'm so sorry, Jessica. I can't speak. My chest tight, the elephant slipping from my hands. Where's my daughter? I whisper. Morrison opens another file. We believe your biological daughter is with the Martinez family across Denver. They have a 6-month-old Sophia, born September 15th at Denver General. Preliminary DNA suggests she's yours. The room spins, Rosa's hand tightening on mine. I think of Maya, her giggle, her big brown eyes, the way she grabbed my finger. And now she's Emma, not mine. Sarah reaches across, her voice breaking. I know you love her. I feel the same about Emma. I nod automatic, correcting Maya. Morrison continues. The hospital's investigation points to a mix-up. A night nurse switched identification bracelets during a busy Labor Day weekend. 2 babies, born hours apart. Dark hair, similar weights, sent home with the wrong families. I think of my life, before married to Marcus, a cramped Denver apartment. Maya's pregnancy, a dream, butterfly murals, her name meaning illusion. She was born that snowy September, 6 pounds, 2 ounces. Her heart-shaped birthmark, proof of love. Marcus left at 4 months, unable to handle fatherhood, and I rebuilt alone, choosing Sunshine Daycare for its warmth, or so I thought. Sarah's eyes